What are the two biggest types of horror films out there today? Found footage movies and ghost/demon possession films. Now, what greater combination than both of those than the paranormal activity films that are obviously one of the biggest in that genre? Right now, I have a movie that's just as, or if not more, disturbing than the paranormal activity movies, called Hangman. With the Child's Play remake and a new entry in the Halloween series recently, not to mention with Jordan Peele's recent movie entries, it's nice to see that the slasher genre is having somewhat of a comeback. This movie likes to mix the blend of a serial killer, a creeper, stalker, and then you kind of follow him around with the camera and see what he does and what's almost triggering him and what attracts him to these people. Has this been done before? Somewhat. But it's nice to see that this movie doesn't follow the cliche of having a character development with teenagers for the first half hour of the movie. The movie, you really spend the whole time seeing from the stalker's eyes from start to finish. And in a way, it kind of reverses the role. Usually with these slasher movies, you see the innocent people, the victims, and then you follow them and you get a couple glimpses of the serial killer or the stalker, and then eventually builds up and you see more. Well, this, you actually see the person the whole time throughout the movie, and then you start to see more with the family. So it's weird to see the roles switched a little bit. To give you a quick synopsis, basically what happens is that you have this guy who's sitting in a parking lot and he's filming his tape recorder and he's looking outside this parking lot, which you can pretty much tell is an airport parking lot. You see this family leave out of the car, and then the guy breaks into the car and he basically looks on the navigation system to go home, goes to their house, starts eating all their food, he starts watching a lot of their videotapes, and then he ends up living in the attic. And it's just really disturbing because you see him following everybody and he's living inside the house. There's almost moments where you almost can't breathe because he's hitting right around the corner while just in the other room the family is in there, and at any moment you're thinking they're gonna spot him, and then he's even ready to kill him if they ever do spot him. So it kind of really leaves you on your toes on what's gonna happen next. And it's really disturbing because you really don't know much about this person, but you kind of get a glimpse into his world and you watch him have a mental breakdown, and it really leaves it ambiguous and creepy. And if you watch my Night of the Living Dead video, you really know what I'm talking about when it comes to that. Now, the reason why I feel like this movie may have fell under the radar was because it came out in 2015, and a lot of movies during that time were still coming out are found footage films. So it kind of gets lost between the mix, and if you're looking through streaming services like Netflix or Hulu or Vudu, it kind of blended in with the rest of the movies, because I was looking through the list on Vudu of free movies and it kind of blended in there, and I kind of took a shot at it. And like I said before, some movies you just take a shot at and then it ends up being really good. So Vudu is definitely one source that you can find to be able to watch this. So if you're a horror fan and you don't think there's a lot of recent scary movies coming out, definitely try to give this one a try. If you're not a fan of found footage movies, you may not like it, because the thing about found footage movies is that there's not too much of a plot. There's not going to be any plot twist at the end. It's just a kind of a series of events. This movie is a little bit of a slow burn. You may not have liked it because of the ending was unconclusive or it left a little bit of a bad taste in your mouth. But the time comes when you're in the house by yourself and you hear a noise upstairs or downstairs or maybe even the room next to you. And you're just thinking, oh, that was just the pet, or maybe that was just the wind. But was it really? Is there somebody that's in your attic or in your basement or in the deepest, darkest shadows in the room? And if so, how long have they been there? Thank you guys for watching. If you love scary movies like these, I have plenty more videos. I have other shining the light on videos of movies that are totally underrated. There's movies that my brother and friend Kyle watch that we do a full live stream of. There's even highlights in case you didn't want to watch the full movie. Feel free to like and subscribe. I'll definitely come up with more. And if you have an underrated movie like so, feel free to comment down below. I love sharing underrated movies like these. And I will see you guys next time.